pardon me, could you hold the door? Oh, poor choice of words. This is Game of Thrones for Dummies. Hello Internet, I'm Brandon Prosek and I return to you again this week with another snappy, snarky, and rapid-fire recap of the latest episode of Game of Thrones, Episode 6 of Season 6, Blood of My Blood. If you haven't seen any of these episodes before, spoiler warning, because we're going to talk about everything from the latest episode. We kick off this episode right after the emotional moment of last week North of the Wall, where Bran and Meera are running from the Whites. Correction, Meera is running and Bran is in a wheelbarrow because Bran can't run on account of him being a cripple. It's kind of funny how this whole warging thing works. Bran has the power to travel through time, put his mind into Hodor and all these direwolves and everything, but he can't use his mind to make his legs work so he can help Meera out. A bit later on, Uncle Benjen returns. Yes, you heard that correctly, Uncle Benjen. Remember, he's Ned's brother all the way back from episode 3, and by episode 3 I don't mean of this season or the last couple seasons, I mean episode 3 of the entire series. Uncle Benjen returns to save the day, fight off the Whites with a flaming wrecking ball. Wouldn't it be awkward that Benjen's just like, hey, any word from my brother, you know, the Hand of the King? Going on a little bit down south to Hornhill, where we kind of have a meet the parents situation with Samwell Tarly, Gilly, and his family. Instead of seeing Ben Still and Robert De Niro talking about milk and cat nipples, we have an awkward ass dinner scene between Sam and his family, where his father calls him fat and useless. Nothing really special happens here except for Sam's like, this was a bad idea. Let me just grab this Valyrian steel sword and we'll be on our way. Going on a little bit over to the twins, where we see Walder Frey for the first time since just right after the Red Wedding. Pretty much we have a scene just to remind us that yes, he is still a raging asshole. Traveling on across the sea to Braavos, where our favorite assassin, formerly known as Arya, is working on her assignment where she has to kill this actress playing Cersei in a play, when out of nowhere Arya decides to have a conscience and not kill. Maybe you should have thought all this through when you went on off to assassin school. Jumping back on over to King's Landing, where Jaime is leading Mace Tyrell and Tyrell army. We're gonna have this epic standoff on these steps. Out of nowhere, Game of Thrones decides to pull another tease, sort of like they did with Tower of Joy, where this isn't going to be an action scene, it's going to be a swerve. And King Tommen comes out to announce that he has an alliance with the Faith. Please insert your old creepy Faith man seducing the young child jokes here. Perhaps insert was a poor choice of words. In the next scene, King Tommen decides to send his Uncle Daddy Jaime up to the Riverlands to take Black River Run from Blackfish Tully. Hashtag Blackfish is back, y'all. Jumping back on over across the narrow sea to Vaes Dothrak, where Dany Stormborn is riding with her Dothraki horde, and out of nowhere she sees something. She rides off on her own. She comes back riding Drogon. Oh, supposed to be a badass moment, right? The thing that really bugged the shit out of me with this scene is this should have just happened right after she burned down the temple. It would have been badass if the Dothraki weren't already following her. And just like that, that's it. That was an entire hour of television. It's ridiculous. This was a 100% filler episode. If I can describe this episode in 3 letters, it would be meh. You had no Jon Snow, no Sansa, no Jorah, no Tyrion, no Varys. Like, what the actual f***? Like, anyway, what did you guys think of the episode? Did some of you actually like it, or were you just me that was just like, meh? But if you could do me a big, huge favor and hit that, click on this red button right below and subscribe to the Entertainment Buffet channel so you don't miss any of our new content coming your way. We have a new episode of Movie Trailer Trash where Bethany and Charlie take a look at a Jason Bourne trailer. I also reviewed X-Men Apocalypse, which, believe it or not, was not as bad as everyone's making it out to be on Rotten Tomatoes. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.